Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Tea Time with Tia for Geek Vibes Nation. This is the second time that I'm recording this video, so let's deep dive in. But as I did in my previous recording of the video, which you wouldn't see, but the reason why I have to re-record this is because there was no audio in the last one, so hopefully there's no problems this time. But I'm Tia, I have my tea with me, I have my coldest water bottle that you can find a link down below for, but let's not get into this too much because let's get into the real reason why you clicked on this video, which is the apparent overcrowding in Spider-Man 3. I wanted to talk about Spider-Man 3, which is upcoming. It's going to star Tom Holland again. John Watts is coming back to direct. This was like the hot topic Spider-Man 3, right? A year ago, it was like Disney and Sony were breaking up. We may not even get another Spider-Man, or at least we wouldn't get Tom Holland within the MCU. It'd be like completely 100% into the Venomverse. Then Disney and Sony decided to make up with each other, and it was all good, right? And the thing I have to say before I go any further is that people get really like, passionate about Spider-Man, right? I mean, anytime you post anything about Spider-Man online, people have a lot of hot takes, which I guess it's like, people are very passionate about this character. He, I believe, was one of Stan Lee's most beloved characters. I mean, Peter Parker is amazing, Miles Morales. There's a ton of characters in the Spider-Man lore, so I totally get why people are passionate about it, but it's like, I personally love how Tom Holland plays his Peter Parker. I've loved it since day one. So I'm pumped already for Spider-Man 3 because I really enjoyed Homecoming and I really enjoyed Far From Home. It seems like Marvel is going crazy in this next phase of their films, right? We have Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, WandaVision, the Loki series, all that seem like this crazy, mystical sort of adventure and everything, right? So the thing is that obviously Spider-Man 3 is also going to be insane because they are bringing back all of these characters from former Spider-Man films, right? It was first announced with Jamie Foxx reprising his role as Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's not even in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that was like insane to think about. Well, I should say they did start in Spider-Man Far From Home when they asked J.K. Simmons to reprise his role as J. Jonah Jameson from the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. So it was kind of like we as fans were sitting there going, huh, okay. Now it's being announced that Alfred Molina is reprising his role as Doc Ock. We're having Kristen Dunst come back. There are rumors that Andrew Garfield's coming back. Jesus, who else was rumored to come back? Dane DeHaan, I believe Willem Dafoe. I mean, it is like a plethora of old Spider-Man characters that are coming back to Spider-Man 3. And these are things that people have wanted forever. People loved Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. We love Willem Dafoe, right? We love Jamie Foxx as an actor, even though maybe people weren't that excited about his Electro. But I always viewed it as, you know, Ryan Reynolds is a great Wade Wilson, even though the Wade Wilson in Wolverine Origins kind of sucked. But then they gave Ryan Reynolds another shot, and we have Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2, which are amazing. So maybe with the right direction, now we'll have a great Electro from Jamie Foxx, right? My point being is that these are things that people have wanted forever. We have always wanted to see some of these characters return. I know that people have wanted Andrew Garfield to return. People are begging for Tobey Maguire to return. So it seems admittedly as if the studios have honored our wants and wishes that we have been begging for years, right? I think I have hair here. You know, they are listening to what we have wanted for years, which is great. And now suddenly, right, after all of this happens, where finally studios are like, we are going to go big in this movie. We are going to bring back all the who's who from former Spider-Man films that people loved, right? And now that that's happening, people are starting to complain. And I don't get it. I see all these, like, and like, don't get me wrong, you know, it's fine to like meme things up. I'm not offended or anything like that. It's just a movie. But sorry about that. The thing that gets me like wild is that these are things that fans have wanted for years, and now suddenly they're complaining about it. You see people like memeing it up, like, oh, who else is going to be announced to be in this movie, or kind of saying that it's overcrowded and now they're doing too much. And I guess this does all kind of go back to the fact that The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the one with Andrew Garfield, did have quite a lot of villains in it, so people kind of, and now, I only say this from what I hear other people say, because I actually never watched The Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, which I know is already kind of probably dipping points down for me, but I just never got the chance to watch them. But I hear a lot of people say that The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that their problem was them trying to stuff too many villains in. So now that the studios are bringing all these characters from past movies in, people are worried that the same thing's going to happen. But let me say that this Spider-Man 3 project is with the help of Disney, Marvel in it. It's not just Sony now. It's Disney and Marvel who literally gave us Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, which probably had about 30 or more characters in it, and both films are amazing. The fact that they're stuffing like 6 characters or so in one movie is, it's fine. And I see a lot of people going, oh, this isn't even going to be Tom Holland's movie anymore. We don't know how like big of a role all these characters have. I know that they said that Doctor Strange was going to have like a mentorship role, but we don't know how true that is. He could just literally be on for like 2 seconds, just kind of like telling Peter why the hell all these different Spider-Men are popping up. We don't know if literally Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is going to be a blink of the eye and then that's it, or Kristen Dunst's Mary Jane or anything. Even though they're bringing in all these characters, we really don't know how like big their role is. And admittedly, the thing with Spider-Man 3, and it hasn't been announced or anything, but you can kind of like weave that in together, is you're guesstimating that they may want to go with the Sinister Six in Spider-Man 3. And this is pointed out by some of my associates in Geek Vibes Nation, that rather than get all these new characters to come in and play Sinister Six, right, play the characters, just get actors and the characters that people love, like Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. People loved him. He was really popular. Why recast when you can just bring back? And again, these are things that people have been wanting for years, guys. For years, I have seen online people like, bring them back. Oh, wouldn't it be amazing to see them again? And now suddenly that people are getting their way, suddenly then it's a problem. And I'm not trying to diss anyone out there or anything like that. It's just kind of a little funny the more I look at it online. And every time I see a meme or I see a someone complain, I'm kind of like, come on guys, this is literally what we've wanted. It seems like this is Disney and Sony essentially going big or going home. And Disney and Sony, if you hear this and you like that name and you want to use that as your name, I'm gonna need some money out of that. But I'm joking. Anyway, the whole point is that this may very well be the last Spider-Man film, right? It's a trilogy. We may see Tom Holland back as Peter Parker, but for all we know, this could be the last Spider-Man film. And don't quote me on this or anything like that, but I do believe that Disney and Sony, their whole agreement was for one last film, right? So they're probably just like, let's do it big. I mean, they got craziness going on in the MCU, and Sony's building up their Venomverse. So this is a great way to bridge the gap in between both universes, introduce a lot of characters, and reintroduce a lot of older characters, and let them have their shine, as opposed to maybe from movies that weren't, say, necessarily executed very well. Now, I know even just saying that's going to get some stans coming after me, but I'm just saying, I would love for all of us to just be excited about Spider-Man 3, first to be excited about all of these characters coming back and all of them interacting with each other. Who knew we would ever have Tom Holland's Peter Parker interact, hopefully, with Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker? I would love to see Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker come back and see them all recreate the meme of the 3 Spider-Men pointing at each other. And I especially want the rumor to be true where Charlie Cox comes back as Matthew Murdock. Once I saw that rumor, I was like, nothing else matters in this movie other than the fact that Charlie Cox could be reprising his Daredevil role from the Netflix Marvel Universe, but I digress. I'm just saying, listen, like, it's just a movie. Let's just be happy. Let's not really get too deep into all of this. I just think that they are finally giving us what we have wanted, and I would just kind of be confident in the fact that they know what they're doing. They've given us Infinity War, they've given us Endgame. Civil War was pretty packed. I mean, most Marvel films now seem as if they're all going to be collaborative efforts, and I think they know what they're doing at this point. I think John Watts is a great director for the Spider-Man films. We have Sam Raimi coming back to direct Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. Like, the MCU is in good hands. I feel like the Venomverse is in good hands, and hopefully, I mean, to stuff even more people into the 3rd Spider-Man film, I really hope that Tom Hardy reprises his role as Venom. Maybe not in a huge role or anything like that, but maybe he shows up in an end credit scene. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to come on and talk about again. I know that it's kind of been a little ranty, this Tea Time with Tia, but that's what it's for. I just wanted to get my opinions out there. I'd love to know what you think. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Please make sure you comment down below. Check us out at geekvibesnation.com. It has links to all of our social media accounts. Just let us know what you think about the upcoming Spider-Man 3 and all of the news that all of these great, fantastic characters are returning. I hope to hear from you soon. And yeah, have a great day. Bye, guys.